All right. Good afternoon, Dad.
How are you?
I am
Happy
fine.
Sunday, happy new month.
Same to you, Dad.
And happy new month to you.
Same to you.
Now,
Okay. So, Daddy, I want to ask you a few questions. We can answer in Yoruba or in English. It doesn't matter. So, Ali Maso Yoruba, Ali so English, Ali mix it. So,
okay.
my first question is, why did you decide to travel to the UK in the 60s? I believe it was that you came. Why did you come to the UK?
Well, if I may take you back to, say, before independence,
Okay.
say around 1955, 55 to 60, we were under the British government as a colony, and everybody was having free passage to England, particularly.
Okay.
Since Toshepon one take care of.
Okay. Then.
So, and also, there are not many universities in Nigeria at that time.
Okay.
Whereas over there, England, almost each borough ló ní polytechnic or university àwọn òpin níbẹ̀ wọ̀nyẹn. Tó
Okay.
ṣe wípé it was very easy for people to get admission.
Okay.
So, ó common tó ṣe wípé pé o bá ti ṣe school start náà nǹkan kan tó ṣiṣẹ́ díẹ̀ wà ní you are going in search of golden place or greener pasture lòun náà ń pè ń gbà yẹn. So travel lọ but gbogbo yín lẹ ti máa ní time in mind wípé tẹ ẹ bá lọ ẹ máa padà within a short time.
Okay.
You know. And lílọ yẹn ó tó two groups ṣó mọ̀ ìgbà tó before independence tí èèyàn bá fẹ́ lọ sí Britain wọn máa ń gba visa rárá.
Okay.
People just travel as if neighbors and all the rest of them. But 1960 náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fi restriction on visa movement
Okay.
náà dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí work permit
Okay.
after independence.
Okay.
Nígbà tí nígbà tí wọ́n dẹ̀ introduce work permit yẹn wọ́n ti kọ́kọ́ ń give ẹ̀ tó bá ti apply on demand náà fún àwọn people ìgbà tó yá wọ́n fi restriction sí pé it was getting too much
Okay.
pé people should meet certain conditions so ó wà ní síà láti gba student visa so people bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gba student visa láti lọ.
Okay.
So since tó ṣe pé me too I was looking for my greener pastures òun ló mú mi lọ.
Okay.
With the aim pé if I go I will come back within short a time and it will be better for me than those tán bá lọ.
Okay. So did you come on a student visa or on a work permit?
A student visa.
And how long did you stay for?
I went there in 1965, March or April.
Okay.
On I came back in 1974.
Okay.
May 20, 1974.
Okay. The day before your birthday.
So the next day after my arrival, we have to do my birthday and people were coming. A káàbọ̀.
Okay.
My house was packed.
Okay. So why did you come? Kí ló dé tẹ́ ṣe padà? Why did you return? The time now is Jakpada. Why did you Jakpada to Nigeria?
Look, don't bring in that word Jakpada or whatever it is now. Torí pé at that time, gbogbo àwa tá à ń lọ sí England, intention wa ni pé ká kàn lọ, ká achieve something ká dẹ̀ padà.
Okay.
In fact, by that 1974, mọ́ mi ti ń sọ wípé ṣé mo fẹ́ kọ̀wọ̀n kú kọ́wọ̀n tó dé ni kí ni mò ń ṣe lọ́hùn kí ni mò ń ṣe lọ́hùn wípé torí pé wáì mi ti padà wálé I think 1971 or 72. So everybody wants to go. Your ambition is to come back as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So kò kì í ṣe wípé o fẹ́ lọ jókòó sọ́hùn. Àwọn tán bá jókòó sọ́hùn gbà yẹn wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní SATU.
Okay.
Torí àwọn SATU tenants ló wà ní England.
Okay.
Ibẹ̀ náà ti get that pé wọ́n fi tattoo sí England, ó fẹ́ darúgbó sọ́hùn, ó fẹ́ dìpínlẹ̀ sọ́hùn,
Okay, so
you know.
during your time, it was a
Coming
thing
back,
of pride.
what I'm trying to tell you is that coming back was normal,
Okay,
was not normal,
okay,
because to the moment tó bá ti dé sọ́hùn, kó tó no settle tán pé o ti rí school, o ti ṣe kinní, ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ra nǹkan tó máa lò Nàìjíríà,
okay,
like a bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti orí tẹ́tí rédíò, fridge, nǹkan kan,
okay,
bed, a máa ra gbogbo, a máa ship ẹ̀ wálé ni.
okay.
Ṣé pé tó bá ti dé Nàìjíríà, nǹkan tó máa lò nìyẹn. Kò
So,
kì í ṣe
then it was a
forever
good,
since
it was a
dé
good thing
sọ́hùn.
to go, but it was a good thing to come back. So everybody planned with me. I'll come to the UK for a few years. I'll get my education. I'll buy a few things, and I'll return tonight. So nobody intended to come to the UK to come and sit down here indefinitely.
Nobody was interested in doing all that,
Okay.
you know,
So how did people
because
get jobs in
wait,
Nigeria?
coming back to Nigeria, it was very, very easy to get a job for many people,
Okay.
you know. So do 3-4 months or 6 months at most, you get a good job, and it's always in a executive post or this thing. So mọ̀ pé 1960 ni so many offices bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí open,
Okay.
you know, so job was available regularly here,
Okay.
you know.
The last time we spoke, you told me about a register or a register that people could go and get a job on from the UK. If you wanted a job in Nigeria, ẹ pe orúkọ register kan, I've forgotten it.
Yeah, what happened when I came back,
Mm.
my senior sister told me that her husband got a job in Oil Mill State, register for professional executives.
Yes, that's what you said.
Got a job as secretary of First Bank,
Okay.
that I should go and register there,
Okay.
you know, for professional executives.
Okay. Okay.
So that was where I also registered
Oh,
when I came back from it. So I just sat one day and I got a letter that I should come for interview in UN, you know, and I went. I didn't know anywhere. I was interviewed by a British man,
okay.
Mr. Blaney, and that was it. Papa, I got the job.
Okay.
You know.
So why is it these days that the youth in Nigeria, because we are not just, well, many Nigerians are not just leaving Nigeria to come to the UK to stay for a while. Some people have decided that once they leave Nigeria like this, they are never coming back. What do you think has happened now that has made things different from how it was during your time?
Many things have happened. Many things have happened. You know, before you say many people decided not to come back, the problem started with the introduction of the SAP, Structural Adjustment Program,
Okay.
which was introduced by Babangida in those days.
Okay.
When that was introduced, many of the lecturers started going for sabbatical
Okay.
to universities outside Nigeria, and they found out that by the time they changed the money they paid them there, it was times 4 times 6 of what they were getting here. So many of them started going for sabbatical, not coming back.
Okay.
You know. Then the doctors followed suit. So are the nurses.
Okay.
These are the 3 set of groups that started going, and when they get their money overseas and they convert it, they were better off than working in Nigeria and new circulate parts, you know. So this was why people started going there. That's the set of people. Another set of people there are our own children.
Okay.
We have found out that there was a lot of work there for people to do, and it was a waste of time searching for job here.
Okay.
So, and if somebody has finished his university education here, maybe he finishes at say 25, 26, or 27 years of age, and he goes there and work for 10, 15 years. We cannot compete to get a job in Nigeria at age 40 something or 50 with people who are younger and, you know, with masters and all the rest of them.
Okay.
Not so people know that when they get there and they've converted their money, overseas, what they get there, and they convert it to naira. It was a lot of money. So people started changing their style that they will go there, work and retire there.
Okay.
And during the process, save to build the houses there,
Mm.
you know. So that when they retire, they just come and go back on, so they decided to make the place their residence instead of Nigeria.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much,
To
Dad.
answer your question,
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much, Daddy. So now, I've got two more questions for you. The first one is, what would you advise a young family or a young person who has somehow found themselves in abroad in search of the golden fleece, like you called it earlier, but they have found out that there is no golden fleece anywhere? Maybe they don't have a job, or even the job they have is barely paying for their accommodation, for their feeding. There are some people who are actually homeless in, abroad. I don't want to call the name of any country. So what would you advise a young family who have found out that yes, they did travel abroad, they have completed their education, but it is so difficult for them to eat? Will you encourage them to keep staying and keep searching for the golden fleece, or they should come back to Nigeria?
look, my own advice that I've been advising many people was that if you have a good job in Nigeria, there is nothing you are looking for overseas these days, unless you are able to get your immigration papers correct. If you have your correct immigration papers and they are not going to be disturbing you when you get there is nothing wrong in you going overseas, because no matter the job you do or the work you do, by the time you convert your money, it's still about 10 times what you get in Nigeria. But if you don't have the immigration papers, it is a complete waste of time
Mm.
and energy to go. Because what do you do in a country where you cannot earn a living, where you don't have accommodation, where you don't have money, and where they are searching for you day in, day out? So
Mm.
if they arrest you, they put you in prison and get you back home. What are you finding in that place? I've advised so many people like that, and those that listen benefit
Okay.
from it, and those that didn't listen. I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
There was a particular young man, Lakons Junior Bora from Ibadan. He was working at a vocational distance, teacher training distance, and he left the job, went overseas. By the time he lost the job he had, they deported him from there. I said, Shebe, I told you before.
Mm.
So so there is no point for any, it doesn't make sense, any iota of sense for anybody to go overseas unless you have your correct papers.
Mm.
But if you have your correct papers, you may initially get a job that is below what you are doing here. But by the time you climatize and get used to the environment, you get a good job.
Okay. All right, then.
Check.
Yes, Dan. So my final question is this. So apart from the economic factors, you find that there's some Nigerians, and because I'm Nigerian, I can't speak for other African countries. There's some Nigerians that their lives are under a lot of stress, not just financial stress. And I'll give you three examples. One example is the husband has a good job, the wife has a good job, but the husband goes to work in the morning and the wife goes to work at night. So they don't even see each other. The husband will resume at 8 o'clock, close at 8 p.m. The wife will resume at 8 p.m., close at 8 a.m. So maybe they'll just meet at the door or at the train station, and that is taking a lot of stress on their marriage. Or the other one, I said I'll give another example. Other people who are under a lot of stress because they live abroad now, and those people in Nigeria think because you're abroad, money is flowing on the street. So we need you to build a house in Nigeria. We need you to buy a car for your parents. Under a lot of financial strain. So they have immigration papers, but the fact that they are abroad has put them under severe stress. Would you encourage those people to continue to live here because it's a part of life? Or would you encourage them that they should go back to their country?
Well, Yẹ kí n answer question squarely and in the same phrase tó fi béèrè. Torí ọkọ àtìyàwó tó ń ṣe different jobs at odd hours tí ò convenient. Tí àwọn méjèèjì bá rí i pé hours tán ṣe ò convenient fún wọn, so long as they have correct immigration papers, there is nothing stopping them from one resigning in the night job and staying in the morning job so that òun àtọkọ ẹ̀ wọ́n á jọ máa lọ wọ́n á jọ máa bọ̀ at the same time. That will eliminate the odd hours because it's not compulsory pé you should get a white collar job when you are overseas. Iṣẹ́ tó bá rí tó bá ti ń earn living to put body and soul together ló matter. So ọkọ àtìyàwó tí ó fẹ́ máa ṣe separate hours, maybe either of them wants to do what do you call it, additional hours to work more so that they can earn money. And all these things, like I told you before, is temporary.
Okay.
Because if you are doing it and you are getting your money for a purpose, category 3-4 years, you will achieve that purpose. And you can either decide to not even work if you want to abandon your job, the work, and you can go on. So husband and wife can make life comfortable for them by adjusting their thing.
Okay, then.
But the other group tó sọ wípé wọn ò ní immigration papers, no, tó sọ pé wọ́n ní immigration paper but they think they are earning
They are under a lot
so
of
much.
stress from
Wait,
their families. Yeah.
Ìṣòro each group ó depend lè pé one, the home you come from
Yes.
and the impression you create by yourself.
Mm.
A lot of sorry,
Bless you.
a lot of people when they come to Nigeria because they have made few pounds, tán bá ṣe wọn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹni tó ṣe wípé bóyá ládè ló fi ń gbérú nǹkan òun àtọkọ ẹ̀ lọ́hùn wọn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí lọ dé sí hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì 100,000 kìíní kan thousand. So their family thinks they have arrived. They have arrived. But if they are moderate in the sense that ibi létí pé kí ló wrong pẹ̀lú létí ń gbé ń bí kán live within their level. Many people wà rí tán bá dé wọn ò lè gbé local mọ́, gbogbo wọn fẹ́ lọ gbé Lẹ́kí, gbogbo wọn fẹ́ lọ gbé Àjà níbi tí rent jẹ́ 3 million 4 million, Ìkẹjà tí kinní jẹ́ million. Wàá rọ́wọ̀n míì wọ́n á wá ṣe wedding bí wọ́n á lọ gbé hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì 100,000 per night or 200,000 per night after wedding. Wọ́n kàn fẹ́ sun ọjọ́ kan ọjọ́ méjì. This I think is the madness tó máa ń give false impression to families. Wípé ọmọ mi ti arrive tó bá rí trover driven tó gbé wálé tó ṣe. These are the problems we have. But tó bá rẹ́ni tó ṣe pé mọlé tóun ti wá tó dẹ̀ kò tó according to his size tí ò give false image tó dé láti kinní tó rárá dé quietly sọ́dọ̀ wọn parents ẹ̀ tán dẹ̀ jọra manage, there won't be unnecessary pressure on such a person. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So ó depend nǹkan tí individual bá put forward to their family ló máa depend nǹkan tí family make demand.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dad.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dad. So is there anything else you want to say to Nigerians in the diaspora, young ones that are still coming up and all of that? Do you want to say anything to them before we end our call?
The young ones particularly, my advice to them is that they should try their best to get their educational certificates here.
Okay.
And they should not venture to go to Europe to search for a job. But if they get a job online and all the rest of them before they leave here, and they are sure it's not a fictitious job, that is when they should embark on such a journey.
Okay, then.
You see, because if you have your certificates, no matter how difficult, you will eventually get a good job in Nigeria. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people who have graduated and didn't get a job for years here. So if they see something that will keep body and soul together abroad, I would not advise them not to go if they can get their immigration papers correctly.
Okay,
You know,
Dad. And what we also would like to say to the government of Nigeria is that for those who have found themselves abroad without the right immigration papers, many of them are ashamed to come home because they believe when they come home, there's nothing for them, there's no job, there's no accommodation. If the government can have something similar to what my dad had when he returned, he said that there was a register for professionals, for executive professional executives where they could find jobs in Nigeria, and that was how he got his job with the United Nations. So if the government can do something similar, we're sure that Nigerians in the diaspora who want to return home would know that they can get a decent job. Thank you very much, Daddy.
wait
Okay,
before you round up. Like,
yes, sir.
what's happening is that things are not like that. Gbogbo àwọn tó ṣe pọ́n ti graduate kan tó lọ sí England
Yes.
tán dẹ̀ tán ti wà age 40, 45, 35 wọn lè máa compete pẹ̀lú àwọn ọmọ tán ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ní first class ní at the age of 26, 27 tí àwọn company dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn máa lò wọ́n for years.
Mm.
So no matter the experience they have, the younger ones will still build them to it.
Mm.
You know,
Yes.
because somebody who's about 45 years and above searching for job with a 25-year-old, if you are a human resources manager, what will you do?
Ah,
Do you not prefer the young one? You
yes,
know,
sir.
so anybody tó bá time bí ẹ̀dọ́hùn tó ní papers, tó ní immigration papers, ó make sense fún kó ṣiṣẹ́ ètò retirement, ẹni iṣẹ́ tóun kò máa ṣe, kó dẹ̀ try láti má fọwọ́ mẹ́wàá jẹun, kó kọ́ buildings, kó dẹ̀ retire kó máa lọ kó máa bọ̀, than coming to battle it over here the second time.
Okay.
Because there is nothing on the street there like you say in Europe. You see.
Thank you very much, Daddy. And thank you for giving me this time. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless.
No problem.
All right. Bye bye, Daddy.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Good.